Have you lived in Jamaica all your life?
Yeah. All life.
All the members of the band grew up pretty much in the same sort of area. Does reggae mean anything? Is it the name of a dance, or does it have a meaning?
Reggae?
Yeah.
Well, I really don't know what reggae really means.
It has a meaning now, but I don't think that it's not, when nobody thought reggae.
Yeah, because it's a word that comes out of left field. You have to listen, you hear it, and it's mispronounced more ways imaginable.
So yesterday I was called reggae.
I have gone through that period too.
But we used to call it reggae. You double againist, you reggae.
Ah.
You know what I mean? But it's not really that, it's just reggae.
Somebody, I heard one thing out there say that reggae, Joe Jordan said that reggae means to slow down, which although I mean it wasn't originally said, probably is the closest thing to a meaning to it.
Another man said reggae mean without farm or vibes. It's just something happening, like, you know?
I think that probably everybody will invent something that makes sense to them at this point.
To me, it just seems to sound like the beat,
Yeah.
Reggae is like what the beat sounds like.
Yeah, like it's a reggae.
Right.
Chaka. Reggae.
When you started playing music,
Yeah.
what sort of influences did you have? I'm sure Jamaica must have had a music of its own.
Well, in those days, they used to have calypso, but I really didn't like calypso that much.
Mm-hmm.
Because you used to have like Ricky Nelson, Elvis Presley, and Fats Domino, and them guys was flowing in the market. So calypso was a mentor, a kind of folk thing, like. So when this American thing come on down, it bring another influence that leave the calypso a little bit and try come up to what's happening up here with them Ricky Nelson and Fats D and them man there. So that's why the music kind of leave from the influence.
Yeah.
Is the influence side that. So, America producing this and calypso sound, we want something nearer to what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it was a lot of what you heard coming from the United States then.
And it's all over. Spanish, Latin music,
yeah,
and plenty of them type of things. Because sometimes you listen to some Latin music, it's like you can hear the playing reggae too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a mix, really a mixed thing. Yet it's coming from a thing named Pocomania, a kind of religion that people have done.
So the Holy Roll and
yeah.
So the music itself coming from Pocomania. Whereas
and this would be music that would be played as part of the ceremony, as part of the religion.
Those people play drums.
In other words, when they sing hymns, they sing with a
tambourine and drum. Tambourine and drums, and if you have a guitar, you can go and knock two. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So this is you were absorbing all of this, and then you started to play.
Well, I was in this calypso thing because my grandfather used to love calypso,
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of grew up in calypso, like, plus the church with the Pocomania,
mm-hmm.
plus, I used to have 1 and 2 musicians down there who used to jazz and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just technically grow till you just pick something from it. Yeah. You just add it up and just start play something.
How old were you when you started to play?
About 15.
And you just got together with some friends in your neighborhood and you all playing?
Yeah, we got together and then rehearsed a lot, you know. And we used to have a brother named Joyce who used to tutor us. But that time it was ska,
Yeah.
you know. The older musician them used to use ska because the musician was in jazz. They used to love jazz more than any other thing. But we never dig jazz so much because you really can't pop it. You can't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's the reason I never could get into it either. I couldn't absorb it into me.
Yeah, so while those musicians got old and kind of die out, you have some young guys who was coming up and they deal with rock steady. Then them guys then all kind of take time go till we come with reggae.
Mm.
Where everybody just come back now and deal with reggae.
And reggae is what is the most popular kind of music in Jamaica today.
Yeah.
About how many bands would you say are playing down there?
Reggae, I play down there. Yeah.
But you have bands, put it this way, for bands that go on the road,
Yeah.
right? Most of the bands that go on the road down there dance. Like you have to be a band who goes on the road. For like the bigger bands,
Mm-hmm.
they're more semi-dance bands. They play everything from very good sort of American type of covers like of American hits
Mm-hmm.
to rhythm and blues hits to Latin American music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the people down there are very much into dancing.
Right.
You know? And because of all the various influences, if you go to dance, they'll play two numbers from down in Eastern Caribbean, sort of real Trinidad type calypso.
Mm-hmm.
They play two Latin American things that are popular, like Manga Santa Maria type numbers or something like that. I've a copy of a Marvin Gaye thing and a couple of reggae numbers, you know. So of those type of bands, and they're very competent. I mean, musically. Of those kinds of bands, there are probably a dozen. I would say about a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
A dozen bands.
Like children.
Yeah, that we know
Fabulous
about.
Five and Byron.
Yeah.
Well, probably about a dozen of them. Now you have bands that record that are just really studio musicians who, record for one guy a lot or one producer or something. So you have this, what he calls his own band. And you have like singers too, who, made records, but never, until they have a hit. They never, or when they go on, they don't run with their own band, they go on with some other, one tour, they're fair for them. And they will just have one band and we back the whole show on 5 or 6 singers. Now singers like that you have hundreds. I mean, record labels, I would say down there you have about easily, I mean you could find 200 different labels in a week.
These are all very small, very local.
Yeah. Each guy will, anybody who can afford it, because of the situation down there where the bigger producers tend to run everything. Anybody who can afford it puts out their own label. Like the Wailers have their own label.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Tough Gong. Tough Gong. Gong.
That's
Yeah.
also the name of one of the music